Alright guys, today is like a really long awaited video, as you saw from the title. Today is a backtesting video, okay? And we're going to use Tradeful. Obviously, what else would I use? I'm not a stupid idiot face, I'm going to use the best one. But yeah, backtesting today on Tradeful. It's going to be an interesting one, bro. I'm going to be honest, I will probably never show you guys exactly how I trade. Because that's the whole reason why like I had that weird break from social media for a while. I just like keeping my trading to myself. It's just what it is. But I'm gonna show. It's gonna be extremely similar. It's just there's gonna be a few missing pieces, but it's still gonna be something that performs well. Obviously, you'll see in the backtesting video. But yeah, man, a lot of you guys have been wanting to kind of see the site as well, because obviously majority of you know Tradeful is my company. So a lot of you guys have been wanting to see the site and how it functions. So if you've been looking for that, you'll be able to see that while also getting to see the way I trade. So two birds with one stone type of situation, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I mean, without further ado, let's just get into it, okay? Get ready. You're about to have your socks knocked off. All right, baby boys. Let's get into it. Obviously, there's a lot of people here who are just wanting to see the site, so I'm going to do a super quick site walkthrough, and then we're going to jump into this sheet, okay? So, first things first, a lot of people are going to ask what separates us. We have everything that everyone has, and then we also have the prop firm mode. We have the trading diary. We have an actual functioning journal. I'm not going to say any names, but most people don't actually have a functioning journal. We have a functioning journal, and well, obviously we have more features on the way. Like, we're already working on our next feature. Our next feature is going to be so ridiculous, bro. I can't wait till you guys see it. But anyways, I think another thing too to consider is that even though we have everything that everyone else has, I feel like the way that we do certain things that other people already have is also just better. Like I said, for example, the journal. Another one, I like the way that we displays our news data. So you'll see when we get into the backtesting. But yeah, man, so trading diary is basically a way for you to test things without having to do a whole backtesting session to test it. So you can see the things that I was testing. It basically just shows you, like, you can create a questionnaire is pretty much what it is. So you get up to 7 questions of your own. You can select the ones that we recommend. But the idea is that you're going to trade how you normally trade. And let's say you're trying to figure out if you trade better with order blocks, or if you trade better with fair value gap, or if you trade better with an inverse. You'll just trade how you normally trade. And then let's say your entry takes an inverse. It's going to ask you, did you trade with an inverse, or however you type out the question. You'll say yes, and you'll say no to the other ones. So then it'll tell you which ones you are going to be trading better with. It'll tell you, because it's going to track whether or not you win or lose when you say yes to a certain thing, right? So this is probably my favorite feature on the site, to be honest. Poncho, stop. It's probably my favorite feature on the site, to be honest. But yeah, journal auto-populates your trades, so you can, you know what I'm saying, you take a trade, you can come in here. If you want to note something specific about that trade, you can throw it in here. You can upload a picture of the trade. We are going to do a revamp of the journal. It's going to be a little bit better in the future, but yeah. And then yeah, now we can let's just create a session. Said I was needing you one, alright. I did have an old session. I did try recording this, and then the freaking my power went out. So when the power goes out, it doesn't save the recording on OBS. So you know what I'm saying, I got through the session and then it just deleted my whole recording. So we'll just do a whole new thing. You know what I'm saying? Go in here, NQ, ES, you're the best in the West. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's just say fuck it. Let's just say fuck it, do the start of the month, bro. Because I'm only going to backtest. I don't even know if I'm going to do a full week. Because I'm going to be honest, backtesting these days takes a lot of time. I'll probably just do, I'll create a new strategy. I'll probably just do like 2 or 3 days, to be honest. Because it's just going to take a really long time. Like, you'll see, last time, on the last video that didn't save, after one trading day, I think we were 15 minutes into the video, bro. So I just can't, like, I'm not going to make the video that long, unfortunately. But yeah, and then another thing that we have that other people don't have is the prop firm mode. So you can simulate trading with whatever firm you trade with. Obviously, if you're a smart cookie, you're going to trade with the best firm, Alpha Futures, #ad, use code MORE, get a discount. But anyways, so Like if you're using alpha, the profit target is 6% and the total loss limit is 4%, the most in the industry. So you can set it that way, and then you can just trade how you trade, and you'll see how long it takes you to pass the profit from account, and your stats on the way to passing the profit from account, things like that. Okay, but yeah, let's get up in there. Okay, here it is. Here's all the stats we display. There is going to be a change to this too. We're going to put more relevant stats. That's on the way. We have other things we're just prioritizing right now. But let's get into the backtesting session, mate. Let's do it. Let freaking do it. Okay. Said I was leading you on, now it's fuck me and leave you alone. Shout out to Bryson Tiller. But yay, man, let's get into it. Let me save this loadout. YouTube. Save this loadout. Yeah, by the way, when you sign up, make sure you save loadouts, because then you can just come into loadout in future sessions, and it'll put your chart back up the way that you had it, so you don't have to keep doing all that right there. Okay. But yeah, man, I guess I should show you guys the stuff that goes on in here before we get started backtesting. Because like I said, I'm doing a little walkthrough first. So yeah, calendar feature shows the day that you're on, like I said. So you can set it to, I mean, if you trade Forex, you can obviously put it to whatever you put it to. I obviously don't trade Forex, so putting it on, what's it called? Well, yeah, this is set just to the range of the session, just because it's like a smaller session. But if you're on like a multi-year session, you could just set it to the day like that, and it'll just show specifically for that day. And now you don't have to touch the economic calendar anymore. It's gonna only display the day that you're on every single time now, and you'll see when I skip. But yeah, that's the calendar. We actually need to use this right now. Go to next New York session open. So we have New York session, London session, Asia session. Who the hell trades Sydney? But we have it there just in case. And then you can add your own custom times. I'm not going to do that because it's going to take me out of the session. I'm not trying to do all that right now. But you can add your own custom skip ahead times if you want to, right there. Okay. But yeah, skip ahead brought us to market open. So now, wait, what was I just saying that I wanted to show you that had to do with market open? Fuck. What was it? I'm blanking. Oh, the calendar. So it sees how it, now that I skipped ahead and it's August 4th, it was August 3rd. So now it follows you every day. Yeah, man. I mean, and on top of that, yeah, we have second charts, we have everything. Okay. So now we can get into it. Okay. But, oh shit. What just happened? Okay. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Hit a quick backtesting session. Nothing too crazy, nothing too spectacular, okay? Let's go ahead and do our analysis, bro. Now it's fuck me and leave you alone. Poncho, stop, man. For crying out loud, stop. Okay, first thing I'm peeping is ES. I mean, this is probably going to look like right off open, but ES is edging previous day's high. Obviously, NQ already took it, and it's a daily gap, but ES is edging previous day's high, so that's the first draw that I'm paying attention to. What I look for on the higher time frames is Poncho! Stop! Fuck, man. Stop. I'm gonna crash out, bro. What I look for on the higher time frames is just either it's internal versus external. If you don't know what that is, go watch my previous videos. But I'm either looking for a high time frame imbalance to be filled, or for a low to be taken in a downtrend, or a high to be taken in an uptrend. That's literally it. So right now we obviously have this huge sell-off, and we're recovering pretty swiftly. So the first thing that's going to be on my radar is this unfilled 4-hour gap. That's. I mean, we're very obviously trading towards it. I don't see any way in this world that we're not going to go get it. And then not necessarily today, but further into the week, like realistically maybe tomorrow, I would be looking for the halfway point of this range to get smacked. Okay. So now that I understand what my targets are, which would be and this 4-hour gap is edging the 1-hour gap. Ooh, I got a boner. But now with that, knowing that, I want higher on the day, just overall like higher time frames. I'm looking to the downside on lower time frames to see if there's anywhere we should manipulate to before we go higher. So, and really what I mean by that is I'm looking for I'm looking for the imbalances to the downside. So we have this 1-hour imbalance here. already got filled and we're already displacing away from it. So my assumption is we aren't going to want to revisit this low, okay? So now I go to the 15 minute to see if there's any imbalances on this range coming out of that 1 hour gap. And as you can see, another scenario where we already filled it and we already displaced away from it. So I am kind of assuming, if I'm being honest, just because of the structure that we have, that it's just going to be a ripper off open. So we can check the 5 minutes, see what the 5 minute has. But yeah, I am assuming a ripper off open. I'll probably... Poncho! Jesus Christ, man. I'll probably be looking for an entry like... This is one of those days where I'll look for an entry like literally as soon as the market opens, because I don't expect this to go lower at all. Just because there's no reason to. So let's see what we do off that little open sheet. Okay. If I'm being honest with you, bro, I'm really tempted to limit order this for rally gap. Is that a set of equal lows though? It is. Fuck. I really I really want to though, bro. Let me look at the 5 minute again. I just really... Oh yeah, I'm taking that. There's no reason to revisit this low. I just really don't see us... Like I said, there's no reason to go lower on literally any time frame. So what I'm seeing is this unfilled imbalance right here on the 1 minute. And my assumption is that since we really don't have anything that we need to book to the downside, that this imbalance will be respected and it will lead to the delivery of my draw. So if I'm being honest with you, it's just one of those ones where, like, yeah, it's like a little bit riskier just because there's the equal lows in the 1 minute, but the 5 minute order block is defending my stop loss too. So my assumption is we're not going to revisit that low, so I'm going to limit order this for value gap. I feel pretty good about it. If I'm being honest, I don't know. I have to hold for that draw. By the way that I trade in real markets is going to be a little bit different than what I'm trading in front of you guys right now. The way that I trade in real markets, I would have this type of risk to reward, but the way that I'm attempting to trade in front of you guys, it's just a little bit different. I probably wouldn't normally hold for a 5.5 R, but I don't know. I mean, in this scenario, the draw is like abundantly clear that I would say there's literally no reason not to hold for it. So kind of have to. But I mean, I guess we can decide as it goes. Ooh. Okay, if we take this high, I'm gonna trail stops below this low. Okay. Hang on, I gotta pause this. Poncho's just getting into something. Bro, it's like the second I press record on OBS, he just tries to do anything to irritate me. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's a little bit early. I want to trail below this low because it's the same reason why I'm expecting this low to not get revisited and this low to not get revisited. We tapped into an imbalance and we displaced and we made a higher high. When we're moving bullishly, we're making higher highs and higher lows. So whenever this low gets put inside of the fair value gap and we make the new higher high, this becomes the new higher low. So if we're bullish, you don't want us to make lower lows. Obviously, you want us to make higher lows. So in that sense, it makes that low protected in my eyes. But another thing I kind of have to understand too is that it's market open. Market open can get really volatile. So I feel like I kind of want to be in a position to take advantage of the move and not trail too tight. So I think I'll wait for like a displacing candle past this high. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll trail below this low. And then, like I said, bro, I feel like for the way that I'm trading on this backtesting session, I just normally wouldn't hold for a 5R. So I'm trying to see if there's somewhere else I can close that's logical. But, I mean, I'm not going to lie, bro. The draw is just really clear. I think I kind of just have to let this one run. Yeah, definitely go break even. I'm actually going to go below this order block. Honestly, I mean, I doubt we're going to get it. I'm not against an ad here at all. Even though it's only a 1-to-1, it's still gonna increase my upside without increasing my downside. But nah, actually, not really worth it. If the draw on liquidity was a little higher, it'd be worth it. It's not really worth it. TV booked anyways. Okay, this is what the dive feature looks like. By the way, I'm gonna turn this off because I don't want it to pop up every time I take a trade on here. But this is what the diary feature looks like. So like I told you, it pops up, you say yes or no, and then it collects the data on the back end. So I'll just answer some random ad questions. Now it's fuck me and leave. But that was smooth. That was pretty smooth. Like I said, man, I don't want to come on here and like put up like numbers that are like artificial, I guess you could say. The way that I trade on real charts, that's a realistic trade for me. That's a realistic risk to reward. And honestly, I probably would have gotten a couple ads in the real charts. But for the way that I'm trading now, it's like a little bit more conservative. So I don't know. I don't like that just because for the way that I'm attempting to trade for the video, that's not like a risk reward I feel like I'd really aim for. But the draw was clear. No reason not to hold for that one. So let's go ahead and jump to the next day because why in the hell would I take another trade? Now it's fuck me and leave you alone. Like I said, I think I'm gonna keep this video short, bro. Cause like I said, like we're 15 minutes in, and that's not even including the intro. Yeah, we're 15 minutes in, not even including the intro. And that's one trade. But we'll see, bro. We'll see what happens here. So equilibrium of this range that I said I wanted ended up booking yesterday, actually, or the day that we backtested. So now. Even though I'm wrong, I'm gonna treat this as if I never saw the charts. But there is a weekly gap that I wanted at this point in time, and we obviously never ended up booking that. We still haven't booked it to this day. So I'm gonna treat it how I viewed the market at that time. Okay. So, yeah. So I'll just be very objective about price. Obviously, this price action wasn't too long ago, so I definitely remember. I at least remember big things like that, like the fact that the weekly gap didn't book, obviously. But my trading's gonna be objective. I don't remember entries, so same thing, same old though. We're looking for, because we're like super obviously overextended to the upside on this retrace. I just have to assume that we're gonna get a push into a higher time frame imbalance. There's absolutely no reason for us to keep pushing higher here. And like I said, at this point in time in real life, I assumed this would have been the start of the delivery to the weekly gap. So definitely a day where I wanted shorts because that's as high as I want us to go. And this 4 hour gap would be my target. This 4 hour gap is already interacted with, so I'm not paying attention to that, just this low. And we do have an SMT at these highs. So I mean, on this day, it's just like abundantly clear that we want to short. There's literally every reason to short and no reason to long. So it's another one of those days where I'm going to be looking for an entry pretty early into market open. Because, my bad. I didn't even fully break down like exactly what I'm looking for. I showed you guys like bias and then like kind of like when I look for my entries, but really what my entries are based off of is I find bias the way I told you guys. And then all I need for an entry is I want the swing in the opposing direction of my drawn liquidity to be completely protected. So in this case scenario, I want this 4 hour gap. So this high, I'm looking for that to be protected, and it's very clearly protected. We formed a high time frame SMT inside of the high time frame key level, and we displaced away from it. That's a protected high. No reason to revisit that high if I'm right about bearishness. Okay, so we have that, and then for my entry, it's pretty much just the same thing. I need my stop loss to feel like a very, very clear invalidation point. There's absolutely no reason to revisit my stop loss. I have those things, I get in the trade, okay? So like I said, I'm gonna be looking for a trade pretty early into market open. We'll just have to see what we get offered here. Okay, I mean, I wouldn't assume that we are gonna go higher, just because it would kind of be like unnatural for price, but both pairs have a really nice set of failure swings, and this one's leading to an unfilled imbalance up here, which I don't love. So maybe I won't take a trade super early off open because I'd want to see us like clearly displace away from this set of failure swings just because they're so juicy, just to like prove that we don't want it. So I probably won't take a trade super early off open actually. But you see what I mean? See how the swings and where my stop loss would be, I feel like it's not protected, so now I'm not taking a trade. That's what I mean. I'm going to wait till I feel like it's protected. Ooh, shit. Fuck. Hold on. But, I mean, you see what I mean? I'm waiting till I feel like it's protected before I get into a trade. Damn. Yeah, I mean, finding an entry is probably going to be a little bit difficult on this one, so. I don't know. I don't really love this fair value gap. Let me see. I don't like entering right after we book something, but, I mean, if it makes sense, like if we have an SMT or something. Yeah, we do have an SMT. Okay. I mean, this fair value gap would be worth taking. Like I said, my stop loss would be protected because of the SMT. The higher swing point is protected by a higher time frame SMT in the key level. So realistically, if we are gonna trade efficiently, this fair value gap 100% should hold, and if it doesn't, it's not a trade that I'm mad at because it's everything that I could ask for. So we will take this one for sure. All right. Now it's for me. The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that ES didn't also have a gap. Like, I want both pairs to be so bearish that they're both like displacing hard enough to form imbalances. But I mean, not every trade's gonna be perfect, you know. And it looks like we're about to get shit on. Yep, easy shit on. Okay. But I mean, that's not a worry at all. Like I said, that's a trade I would take every day, twice on Saturday, even though the market's not open. But now it looks like we are going to go for those sets of failure swings that I was talking about that I was a little bit worried about. So, I mean, I guess I could have sat out on that because of the set of failure swings were still there. But like I said, this high was protected by that SMT, which gave us a reason not to go book them. So that's a trade that I'll take every day, twice on Sunday, like I said. Twice on Sunday and Saturday. So now I just still believe in lower. The only way I would change my mind about lower, and even then I probably won't take a trade, is if we take out this high. If we trade back to the SMT high, then we invalidated my protected swing. So if that happens, then I'm probably not going to trade because there's no way you're going to catch me longing a market that literally just hasn't had a retrace on the high time frame. I would rather sit out. So I'm kind of hoping we don't take that high because that'd be clean. I'm not going to lie, now that this has happened, it's another scenario where we're either going to have to completely displace again back below these lows for me to get in, or we kind of need to book this for me to feel comfortable because we haven't completed the run on the failure swings, and it's a set of relative equal highs into an imbalance. So it's just like, I just don't want to see that above my entry. Okay, fire. Now, I just need us to not take the freaking SMT high, bro. And I'll be happy to short. Don't do it. Don't you fucking dare. Why is it so close to it though? Like, fuck. Oh, is there any news today? Oh, we have news at 10. Okay. What time is it? Okay, well, we'll definitely wait till news. These equal lows and the imbalance look really good. One thing that I really like about this is the fact that, what I want to see when I get into a trade, or not necessarily what I want to see, but something that's nice to see when I get into a trade is when we are very obviously creating like low resistance liquidity. So we're very obviously creating sets of equal lows or relative equal lows. We're leaving unfilled imbalances that like very easily should have been filled in the direction that I want the market to go. So like, for example, I really don't like how high we pushed into this range, but we haven't booked a protected high still. But when you look in the opposite direction, we left a set of relative equal lows here. We left exact equal lows in the imbalance here. And my draw still isn't booked, like my higher time frame draw. So, I don't know. That kind of makes me feel like the market is still setting up to go my direction. I just need us to not take this protected swing and I'll feel comfortable. So, we'll see what news does. We have how many minutes till news? Like maybe like 6, 7? Right, guys? 6, 7? Sorry. Alright, news drop. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping news to go that crazy because I kind of wanted to be in for these relative equal lows, bro. Okay. See, but now here's where I have decisions to make because we have a data high here, but it's not really a swing. But if I were a betting man, like I said, I would assume we are not going to go deliver this protected high. And the fact that my higher time frame draw still isn't booked, I still feel comfortable. So everything that I'm looking for is still here. I have a protected swing point, and I have a clear draw on liquidity that I'm really confident that it's still unbooked, right? So it would just be, I don't know, entering right off news would just be a little bit like riskier. But as long as my stop loss is somewhere that I feel is like genuinely protected, then I'd be fine with it. And I feel like this high it's a pretty protected point in price, bro. The way that I view news and market open is at points of extreme volatility are either expanding to the draw or they are manipulating before they deliver the draw. So whenever we get a news drop like this, and I feel confident in the fact that we're going to go lower and it displaces lower, I'm not assuming that this is a manipulative move to then go higher. I'm assuming that, okay, this just confirmed that I'm right about my draw, and we're going to expand to it. That's kind of my thought process with this. So I'm going to enter because I feel like this point in price is protected. It's another one of those scenarios where it's like, if it doesn't hit, I just don't care, because I would take this every day twice on, what is the week of this? Every day twice on Tuesday, bro. Every day twice on Tuesday. So, oh wait, I needed to market order that with a sheet. My bad. My bad, twin. Now it's fuck me and leave you alone. Oh, I don't use it, so you're probably never going to see it during the session, but we do have multiple take profits, by the way. So you can just click add, boom, add the take profits. But I don't use multiple take profits, I only close, so you will not be getting that out of me, my brother. All right, I'm either going to go break even, or I'm either going to trail if we pull back into this gap and then take this low, take data low, or I'm going to go break even when we take this swing low. So we'll see what we do here. Go lower for Papa. Good kid. That's my good kid right there. Ooh, fuck, hold on. Wait, do I want to hold for this 4-hour gap or no? I need to decide that before. Because like I said, I'm trying to be, the way that I'm trading, the style of trading I'm doing for the video is a little bit more conservative. We'll see, I'll leave it where it is for now. Honestly, at this point, I want this fair value gap to be a breakaway gap. I just feel like we displaced too hard away from it already. And logically speaking, after this wick and then this bullish candle, if we wanted this imbalance, we should have booked it on that move. And we didn't, and we displaced right next to the data lows. I would really prefer that we left that gap open. If I'm being honest, if we traded to that gap, I would feel a lot less secure about my position. So I'm hoping we leave that open. But I mean, it's permissible. Like, price could still go there and like the trade's still valid. I wouldn't prefer to see that. So let's see. And there's no way I add on this. I can't do that. Unless we get like an SMT or something. Yeah, no SMT. Oh, we do get a 5-minute gap though. I'll actually be looking for an add on this. Especially since we just have relatively lows with data lows. It's really clean. Do I want to add there though? If I can add here and still have no risk on the table, then I'm down. So I'd be trailing here, B200. Nah, not really worth it. I'll just hit my stops where they are. Not really worth it in my opinion. Okay, data lows booked after tapping into a 5-minute gap. That justifies a trail to me. I'll trail above this high from the 5-minute gap. A lot of you guys who were confused about protected highs and lows, this video is going to be helpful for you because I point out what I view as a protected high and low as it gets created. So like I said, this high is protected because it tapped into the 5-minute gap and it made a new low. So when we're bearish, we're making lower highs and lower lows. We just put in the lower low after putting in the lower high in the 5-minute gap. That is now a protected point in price. That's how I view it, okay? But yeah, like I said, I'm going break even once this low books. Oh, okay, so I guess I'm retarded. I'm already break even, dude. Jeez Louise. Now all I need to decide is if I want to close here. If I were trading my actual personal trading, real life markets, I'd be letting this ride. But like I said, I'm trying to keep it conservative for the video. I'll just take my 2R. I'll take my 2R at this low. Yeah, I'll take my 2R. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like when you pass the profit challenge, by the way. We're gonna be adding. I want us to add more stats to this, just so like you get a more in-depth view of like how your performance actually is in a prop firm environment. But for now, this is what it looks like when you pass. Okay. But yeah, that was a good trade. Do you guys want to do one more? We're at 30 minutes. I don't know. I think I'll call it there because I really don't want this to be a super long video. But I also think even though we only took, what was it, 3 trades? Even though we only took 3 trades, I feel like the information I was able to give in those 3 trades was actually really helpful. So that's good enough for me. We took 3 trades. I believe it was 2 wins, 1 loss, and we are up 6.5R. So not too bad. But yeah, man. Actually, before we go, I want to see if this 4-hour gap books. Booked. Okay, clean. All right, yeah. I'm done. Oh, that's not even the 4-hour gap. I'm retarded. This is the 4-hour gap. I want to see if the 4-hour gap books. I'm pretty sure it does from what I remember. Yeah. Okay. yeah, man, that's it for me today. You guys got a little look into the site. You also got a little look into how I trade and how I view the markets. So I think overall this is a really good video, if I'm being honest. But yeah, man, Tradeful link is going to be in the bio. I am doing a giveaway of 5 accounts next week, so for the people who buy, so you could potentially get a free month off. But yeah, man, links in the bio. Get up in there. I'm really excited with what we're doing with Tradeful, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really happy that we're finally here. But yeah, man, hopefully this was helpful. Love you guys. Catch you in the next one.